Today, we will compare who is the fastest tower destroyer among top 10 most popular marksman heroes in Mobile Legends. Let's go.
Just for the thrill of it, nothing counterfeit with you, just the thrill of it. Just for the thrill of it, nothing counterfeit.
Hey yo guys, how's everyone doing? This is your guy AssassinDave. Welcome back to the foreign famous fam again. Before we get started, I know more than half of y'all beautiful sexy people watching have yet to join the coolest, greatest, baddest family in the world of Mobile Legends. If you enjoy the content, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn the bell on to all notification bells. I upload videos on a daily basis to keep you guys entertained and informed. And make sure to re-download your Mobile Legends with the link in description to start claiming 20% extra diamonds for all your Mobile Legends in-game purchases. Hundreds of thousands of players, including me, are already doing it, so do it now while watching this video, and I will see you guys on the Rift with your next legendary skin. Love you guys, and without further ado, let's get into the video. When we are talking about Marksman, one of the most important elements is DPS, aka damage per second. Who has the most consistent high damage output is a determining factor whether a marksman is meta or not. Obviously, different marksman's DPS throughout the game varies from hero to hero. Some marksmen skills better into late game than other marksmen, and some shines brighter during the early game. Today we're going to evaluate the top 10 most popular marksmen according to the pick rate in May 2021 and compare their respective time required to take down the first outer turret in the gold lane. The one with the shortest time needed wins today's race. Now, do remember that the duration it takes for different marksman heroes to take down the first tower only reflects early game. Some heroes might have an unfair advantage that make them strong in the late game. For example, the ever-increasing attack range for Layla every time she upgrades her ultimate, the untargetability when Wanwan procs her ultimate late game, or simply the fact that you can hardly catch her thanks to her million dashes unless you're Phobius. Or even the insane lifesteal Hanabi has thanks to her passive. So just because some heroes wins the race today doesn't mean they're number one in every aspect. Now, let's quickly lay out the ground rules. All tests will start at 25 seconds into the game when the first red buff spawns to keep a uniform starting point for all heroes. With these pointers in mind, let's get the comparison started. To no one's surprise, Layla is the most popular and most picked heroes among all marksmen in Mobile Legends. As the first free hero that everyone receives in the game, Layla is actually one of the strongest side lane marksmen in the meta. All you have to do is stay in your gold lane and farm into eternity. Thanks to Layla's amazing skill sets for poke and harass in lane, she actually has a fairly easy time in lane against most heroes. Just make sure you either duel with a really good support or a really good saber player, who protects you from beginning to end. And once you finish those 3 core items, it's GGWP. Skills 2, 1 plus ultimate usually equals to a free kill on a squishy hero. However, Layla's early game tower push is not the best, and she ranked number 6 among all the contestants today. Next up, we have Granger. As a hero with some of the most expensive skins, Granger definitely do not disappoint on the ranking. He finished the first tower takedown comfortably under 90 seconds, ranking number 3 in today's list. In lane, Granger can use his skill 1 to clear minion waves or poke, and use skill 2 and last bullet to dish out large sum of early game damage on heroes or towers. On top of that, Granger also has decent amount of mobility thanks to his built-in dashes. The cons of Granger is also pretty obvious. Granger is one of the most skill-reliant marksmen in the game. If you miss all your skill shots, trading auto attack against another marksman is usually suicide if both has similar farm. This is also why Granger is mostly played as a hyper carry role to make sure he can snowball properly. Miya is my personal number 1 choice for solo queue side lane marksman. This is largely thanks to the fact that Miya has an invisibility that allows her to reposition as she wishes. And Miya also has one of the fastest scaling in the game. If you leave Miya alone, she can farm the lane, her jungle, gold crab, maybe even your jungle, all within a very short period amount of time. This is mainly because Miya's passive that allows her to summon a clone and increase attack speed as she goes. So, not surprisingly, Miya finished number 1 as the fastest tower takedown in today's list, being the only hero who finished under 80 seconds. But again, this is Miya's just auto-attacking away without any interruption. In actual combat, due to her short attack range, Miya can be fairly easily targeted by fighters or assassins to completely lose the lane. So make sure to focus on farm where you can and do not force objective where you can't. Oh, what can be said about Hanabi? Well, if you're thinking, free food, easy dubs, for the enemies, dead weight, expensive skins, well, you're absolutely right, and more. Hanabi is probably one of the least viable marksman choice despite her absurd popularity among the players. Even though she has a similar skill 1 compared to Miya, Hanabi's skill 1 does little to no damage at all early game, making it very awkward for her to farm efficiently and safely into late game. On top of the fact that Hanabi has zero built-in mobility at all, she is usually the go-to for enemy jungler to snowball into infinity. Hanabi also requires tons of farm to be effective. More farm needed than all the other marksmen to a certain extent. But hey, once we get to 20 minutes into a game and everyone's 6th item, including a 0-6 Hanabi, she can be insanely dangerous. If you don't have sufficient burst damage to take her down in one try, just wait to see your health bar disappear and her HP bar turn into a white shield instead. Overall, Hanabi finished today's ranking at number 7 with a total of 108 seconds to take down the first turret. Lesley might not be the best objective seeker, but Lesley is definitely one of the most annoying marksmen to go against in lane. If you're not careful, you're probably looking at a super bullet that takes 1/5 of your health every few seconds or so. And if you try to gank Lesley, Lesley can just shroud into invisibility and run away, but most likely shooting you one more time before she completely disappears under her tower. This hero, if snowballed right, is one of the scariest one-shot hero in the game. Overall, Lesley finished the first tower takedown in 109 seconds, ranking herself at number 8 in today's list. Brody, with the latest affordable stun skin line, has jumped his popularity by a lot. This doesn't mean he has one of the best clear speed though. Due to his insanely slow attack speed, Brody might not be the best when it comes to taking down turrets. But this doesn't take away the fact that Brody is one of the meta side laners and he can dish out insane amount of burst damage early to mid-game. Those supercharged crit infused auto attack is just so satisfying to use. It's almost like Brody has become the new Irothel, except Irothel's ultimate is Brody's passive, and on top of that, Brody also has more mobility and an ultimate that can clean up the entire battlefield. Anyways, Brody ranked number 9 in today's list with a total of 110 seconds used for first tower takedown. Before we continue on our list, here is the question of the day. Why do you think popular marksman heroes rarely makes it to the competitive scene? List your thoughts in the comment section down below. Coming next on our popular marksman list is none other than Soccer Master Bruno. Thanks to his passive, if you allow Bruno to rank up those stacks, he will use his soccer ball on fire to kill everyone in sight. Just make sure you're always using double skill 1 to enhance every single auto attack in order to truly be a monster with this hero. All you need to do is to activate skill 1 and keep that enhanced ball until skill 1 comes off cooldown, and then use it again right after you send out the previous fireball. Boom! Now you have 2 fireballs that burns down towers, turtles, lords, and so on. Overall, Bruno finished today's competition with a stunning 81 seconds total, coming only 3 seconds apart from our queen Miya, and sitting at number 2 spot. Being one of the most OG marksmen in the game, Clint definitely stepped up in today's comparison, finishing as rank 4 in just under 90 seconds. Clint not only has exceptional skilling into late game, his early game damage is not that shabby at all. If you're able to consistently proc passive onto your opponent, you can dish out decent sizable damage. On top of that, Clint has a built-in root and escape that gives him extra level of protection that other marksmen do not possess. The only downside of Clint is how slow he moves in general, and his dependency on the enhanced auto attack. This makes Clint extra vulnerable to heroes like Hanzo, Hayabusa, and so on. Nonetheless, Clint still remains one of the most fun marksmen in the game, and he will always has a place in my heart. To my surprise, Claude actually finished today's race as number 5 with a total clear speed of 107 seconds. This is not bad considering Claude's core win condition is attack speed, not attack damage. Attack frequency is the name of the game. If you attack fast enough on Claude, you win. But without sufficient mana supply or units to stack skill 1 onto, Claude is still able to finish turrets in a fairly decent manner. This does not take away the fact that Claude is one of the weakest early game marksmen, and he needs all his core items in order to be relevant to the game. So take him with caution. And just a quick tip, you want to match Claude with some early game support or melee nerd who is able to provide you with more room to farm to glory. Last but not the least, we have our number 10 most popular marksman, Wanwan, who coincidentally also ranked number 10 in today's tower takedown competition. Sitting probably in the same level as Claude's early game, Wanwan's ultimate auto attack all does little to no damage, especially to tanks early on. But slowly as Wanwan starts to scale up with Corrosion Scythe, Demon Hunter Sword and so on, she becomes harder and harder to deal with. If there's a unit to hit on, it's almost impossible to catch a full attack speed Wanwan. Again, unless you are phobious. Nonetheless, Wanwan remains as one of the most fun marksmen to pick out in current meta, and still a very decent counterpick into clumsy heroes like the Tokacha or Esmeralda. That will conclude our list for today. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to drop a like, subscribe, and turn the bell on to all notification bells. With that, AssassinDave signing off. See you guys next time. Bye now.
Just for the thrill of it, nothing counterfeit with you.